Welcome, everybody, for Settle It on the Screen. I'm your host, Nick Houselander. Here's my other host, Michael Soroka. Take it away, Mike.
Hey, thanks for the intro there, Nick. And our other host, which you guys are expecting, Glenn, he won't be with us this week. He's got some things to do, so that's why we got a 3-man team. You can't make it. Life gets in the way of our work, and
we're a 3-headed monster.
For right now,
you cut one off, just another one comes back.
grows back.
Yep.
Welcome to Settle on the Screen for you those joining us. We're on at a different time. Kurt Sutter's on at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so they follow our show, so stay tuned for that.
7 p.m. Pacific time.
7 p.m. Pacific time. So definitely, if you're here a little early, it is coming. It'll be on after this show, so hopefully you stick around. Settle on the Screen is a show here promoting and talking about the Twin Galaxies Galaxy of Champions. Right now, for those of you who don't know, Twin Galaxies is kind of in a transitional time, and we're waiting for submissions to start submitting new world records and new scores to the database. So our show is basically here to promote those new champions, show some highlights from some new world records, some competitions that may go on, but we're not there yet. So we're just here to kind of promote it and welcome, just get ourselves warmed back up like we used to do our show. So, and that's why we're here. So feel free to join in. You can sign in on the Skype. There's a few channels open. I can't see them right now. So we're kind of, I'll try to bring up some issues. I don't have Glenn here to argue with me as much. Nick normally agrees with me or really doesn't care about the subject. So if you want to chime in, we're going to kind of talk about some things going on in the Twin Galaxies forums about grandfathering scores. Should we even spend the time in removing them? Was it a good idea that they were put there? Not put there, and that's the kind of stuff that we were hoping some people had some strong opinions that you guys have been messaging me on Facebook and my email saying, hey, Mike, what's going on with Twin Galaxies? Is this going to happen? I don't know. And I said, let's speculate tonight on Settle It on the Screen. So There's lots of Skype channels open, so please, come on, just call us.
So just really like the world financial market, we're just going to speculate tonight on everything.
Yeah, because we honestly don't know. We're waiting. Now we have ideas of what's going to happen. I also have things that people have brought up in the forums that, yeah, I wouldn't like it if that's how it's going to be. And, we're just kind of here to, I don't know, yak it up a little bit about it. Put the media spin on it, like the media does with politics. Yeah.
I wish everyone, and this is me being maybe self-serving here, but imagine how much easier it would go if everyone had just my attitude of whenever you ask me any question Twin Galaxies related, what's my response? I don't care.
Whatever.
What do you guys like?
Yeah, you just play by the rules. Yeah. You don't even play. But
I don't. Yeah, I just watch other people play, and then when someone cheats, I'm like, why would you? What's the point of cheat? Why?
You wouldn't even call them out. You wouldn't even disqualify.
I wouldn't call them out. I'd just be like, I don't know why you're cheating.
You're cheating, but your score is still going to be. Yeah, if Nick was the head ref, he'd be like, you cheated, but I'm going to put it in the scoreboard anyways. Right?
Because it'll make me laugh.
Exactly. Because Steve
like, is that real? Of course it's not real. But it's in there. I'm like, wait, I mean, it's in there.
Because Steve Sanders is still officially the Donkey Kong world record holder at 3.2 million points.
It's awesome. I haven't seen anyone get more than 3.2.
No, or at least cheated and gotten more than 3.2.
Yeah, you can definitely do it.
At least rewrite the code so there is no kill screen and you can keep getting points. I'd give the world record holder to somebody who rewrites the code.
That would definitely.
Puts it in an arcade machine too. Puts it in the same motherboard.
Oh, definitely.
And then
if you could find a way to rewrite the original motherboard.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
Take the chips inside.
How could that be cheating?
No,
that's just ingenuity.
Yeah, you're engineering the game. Just like people engineer, like Steve Wiebe was one of the first people to do the triple barrel jump.
Yeah.
Oh, he found out about 800 points. Well, I found out how to reprogram the board so there's no kill screen so I can get more points. Granted, I can't.
Learn how to work a solder.
But granted, I can't even still get past the 6th level of Donkey Kong, so it wouldn't do me any good.
I've never gotten past the first, so I can barely do the single barrel jump.
So what a grandfathered score is in the Twin Galaxies database is at some point in time, the referees decided that they were no longer going to accept scores, but they were still going to hold it in the database as a world record. So, for example, I will use the one that I know most about, and it did make sense, in my opinion, to grandfather the score.
Pack and Pal, probably.
No, not Pack and Pal. No, there's not even a real score for that. Would be not Echo the Dolphin. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Of course.
The Sonic the Hedgehog world record originally was points. Now, what the rules were is...
And then you ruined it for everyone.
Well, I wasn't even involved with Twin Galaxies or even knew about Twin Galaxies when it was grandfathered.
You probably weren't even born yet.
No, I was born. Okay. I was born 12 days before Twin Galaxies was born.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
So what it is the old record is... It's a max out score because the old rules were you could have as many lives as you wanted. You could kill yourself as many times as you want. So as we know in Sonic, kill yourself, get the free life, kill yourself, get the free life. It's a leeching tactic. So lots of people did it. Lots of people spent 4 to 6 hours probably in Marble Zone 2 breaking the blocks over and over again.
Oh, what a bore! That sounds horrible.
Well, that's seriously. how you get the tournament world record, but you only have to do it for 10 minutes.
That's good.
But still, it's still a leeching thing.
Yeah, totally.
And what happened is, the score got maxed out. Like 6 or 7 people have done it, and it's kind of an easy task to do it.
So they got the perfect.
They got the perfect score, and I could kind of see the referees getting irritated with, all right, here comes another perfect score. We're really not showing any display of skill so what happened, they made a 5 level or 5 lives only, and then they grandfathered the old score. They didn't want to take any way the referee
they still figured it out.
The former referees did not want to take down that first person who did it because one, I mean, they had to play the game 4 to 6 hours to do it.
They're like,
they were kind of the first ones to go, I could just leech this, and they followed the rules. The people who did that followed the rules. They looked at the rules and said this. For example, we'll come to more recent...
the rules as much as possible without breaking them.
I'll bring up a more current example for those who love them out there. Mr. Rudy Ferretti, he had a Jaws, and the game is terrible in my opinion. But
it's not in your opinion. It's everyone's opinion.
But they grandfathered it about 3 or 4 years ago because there was a leeching aspect of the game. It was never maxed out. People could have kept leeching. So by them
they didn't want to play it anymore.
Well, they didn't want to watch somebody play it for 8 hours because they're just leeching points. But there was never a max out score.
Okay.
What happened is, obviously it was grandfathered. At the beginning of this year, it's 2014, on this channel, on the Twin Galaxies Live channel, or his Elite Live, Rudy Ferretti went to keep pushing that score. There was no Twin Galaxies technically at that time, so he's like, I'm going to get my old score. I'm going to beat that old score. And what he found out by keep playing it and beating the score that was grandfathered, that they weren't accepting more scores, he was able to beat that level, to beat that score.
Oh.
And then what he found out that he never found out before because he never played the game that long is there is a limit on lives based on a certain point in the game. So it wasn't like there was a max out score. There is... I mean, it is a lot of lives, and it's a lot of boring footage to watch. Sorry, no offense. This game sucks, in my opinion.
It's a bad game.
But what he did there is he showed that game should have never been grandfathered.
No kidding. Well, that is something new, at least.
Exactly. So this is where the argument has come up of... Does the new Twin Galaxies, whether if it's community run or one person run or referee run, we don't know what it's going to be. We're still waiting for Jace to announce it. Are they going to go back and open some of those up? Would it be worth it? Would it not be worth it? Would it be on a case-by-case subject? We want to hear your opinion. So, I mean, we'll read the chats, but we want to hear your voice. So sign on to one of the opening channels, and we'll talk about it. Hopefully we get some people in here to talk about it. Come on, Data God, somebody. Otherwise, we're going to play some Intellivision Flashback.
Yes.
I'm so excited for any of those who everyone's like, oh, you're the Sonic the World Record holder. Yeah, but my video game is not with the arcades. It's not with Genesis. I grew up with the Intellivision. And
Intelligent television.
Yeah, that's why I'm so smart, because I grew up on this. Better graphics than Atari. by
Oh,
far.
yeah, well, without a doubt.
So we'll play some of those games. I'm actually going to go for a speed run on Speed Demo's archive. I'm going to do a game, not tonight. I mean, I might practice it tonight. No, not maybe on Twin Galaxy. Then this is actually this brings up another point too, about the grandfathering scores. Maybe not the grandfathered scores and changing them, but going back and changing the original rules, because the game I'm going to do a speed run on is Space Battle.
Ooh.
Okay. In the Twin Galaxies database, guess what? Nobody submitted a score.
Oh, shoot.
There's a reason why. Because it's tracked by score. There is no score in Space Battle. So the referee who put it into the Twin Galaxies database and wrote the rules had no idea how to play the game. Because there is no score in Space Battle. There is no time. The only way you could...
What do you just play it for
You just play it and you beat the game.
Oh, is it like
so it's
Barney?
like a... Yeah, it is actually. It would be like Barney.
Oh, okay.
Barney, the only way to track it would be by a speed run.
To watch it, basically.
Exactly, a speed run.
Yeah,
the fastest completion. Same with Space Battle.
No
but
kidding.
in the Twin Galaxies, whoever the referee put it in didn't know what he was talking about.
It's an old game. I'm sure they used.
No, there's scores in television.
Of course, duh.
No research. So this brings up even more argument of how much do we really need to go back? Is it case by case subject?
I think it's gotta be case by case.
You know, and who's going to do it? It's community based.
Yeah.
Walter Day based. You know, I mean, my idea of Twin Galaxies would be one person who makes all the decisions, one commissioner. That's it.
Bud Selig.
You can have referees, but one guy that makes the rules.
Yeah.
He can't play in any of the games. That would be my way to do it.
Yeah.
Is that the future?
That is the future.
Ask Jay Saul. I don't know. We don't know.
Could be.
Stop messaging me. Let's speculate. Call in.
We're not sure.
Yeah.
Why isn't it called grandmothering, though? I've never understood that. Like, why is it called grandfather?
That's a good point.
I never really live in such a misogynistic culture.
Now, we got some chat I've been kind of ignoring because I've just been going on and going on.
Yucking it up.
And that's the thing. And some people bring up some good points. For example, we'll bring this up. Somebody brought up everybody's not an expert on every game.
Well,
that's true.
No, that's impossible.
And that's where the community part comes in, where the community can kind of decide. And when it comes to something like Space Battle on the Intellivision, I'm the only person who cares
there's
about
only
it.
gonna be. I was gonna say a handful, maybe one, but yeah, I would say the majority of games like this are going to have a very small amount of people talking about them, which will make it easy.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's the only way. I personally think that's the only way it will work. Because if you do it, if you just go, okay, we're gonna have to go over every game. Okay, the scoreboard's never gonna get back up. Because we could spend 5 years going over every single game trying to figure out all the rules and then go, all right, we figured it out. We looked at 75,000 games and we got all the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, you just go for some popular ones and they're like, all right, it's open. And if you guys have questions.
Well, basically, all the stuff we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, not even one. You don't even go back and change the rules on one.
No, I think
you just get the submission part first, and then you say, hey, whatever's in the scoreboard now is as is, because first thing is to get submissions going, and then we can go back and evolve and decide community-based, non-community-based, etc. Yeah. So, I mean, some people are bringing up some good points here. I like this. Grandmothers would make gamers fat if we called it that. That's true. Because calling it grandmothers makes it sound super mild. Would that be bad though? Yeah, I mean, because then we're being sexist, and then we can get into all the whole Gamergate crap again.
Yeah,
I don't even want to touch that with the 80-foot pole.
I feel like
I don't even know.
I kind of want to talk about it, but
I don't even know
where we would come at it from.
I don't even have enough information because I just ignored it.
I've been researching it a lot lately. It's a very strange, it's an interesting topic that is definitely for another night.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe if we have a few more. Hopefully,
we'd really have to plan that one out. We really would, and maybe have to get some guests too, because just us talking about it, I feel like it would. Yeah, it's stupid.
For us to talk about it. Yeah, I'll bring up some other points in here. Somebody said allow community to petition over the records. See, this is my issue with accepting world records as a community, because the community to watch and decide on some of these games now. On some of the popular games, yes, you can let it go. But we'll keep using my Space Battle example. The people who don't like space, or the people who don't like me, which there's quite a bit of you, you're going to petition against me. And since it's going to be such a small community caring about Space Battle or hating on me, we'll never get a true, for example, if everybody, Mike Soroka wants to do something, the only people who are going to participate on the community basis are people who are against me personally. And then the people who actually care about, competing on that game are going to be few to none. Yeah. And I'm going to be outnumbered because of just a personal, nothing truly about the games. And that's where I think a community verification, community voting could be disastrous, because some of the games don't have the draw. And the whole idea of Twin Galaxies is you could be a world record holder on almost anything that is trackable. I mean, there's some games that you cannot track. We play Barney, or Nick has the world record. Actually, you don't have the world record on Barney, by the way. I looked on Twitch. Somebody's done a faster speed run than you on Barney.
Was it after I played?
No, it was like months before. But I just couldn't believe that somebody else. Game? We were doing it for fun, but then we just called it a speed run.
That's one of the better games.
No, but somebody actually. But they only did minimalist. They didn't do collect all the kids, collect all the fruits.
I was doing the Michael Jackson way.
Yeah.
No, that I agree with you. The community in a perfect idyllic world, the community base would be great. But unfortunately, when you're collecting scores, you cannot add personalities into it.
Yeah,
it needs to be cold, no emotion. You are just accepting scores. Mm-hmm. I don't know how else it could work.
Yeah,
that's the only way you can do it. There should be no opinions involved. Yep. And I'm not talking about in the creation of the rules. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about once something was submitted and they didn't cheat, well, there shouldn't be someone who's going, oh, well, what if he did this or did... No,
the rules are the rules.
The rules are the rules, and you play by the rules.
Same.
Yeah. You cannot put personal opinions in this. Yeah. You really can't.
And it's hard for some people.
No, and I understand that. It might even be hard for me too, but you just can't do it. That's what happened to Twin Galaxies years ago.
Yep.
That's what destroyed Twin Galaxies.
Mm-hmm. Yes, unfortunately, the community is crazy. Exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
It is true. We're crazy too.
No, it's mostly
we're still here. We're still here talking about
it. Exactly.
That's how much we crazy love it. See, that's the thing. What did Josh say? Oh God, I can't believe when we were in Atumwa giving Walter some award. He had something all crazy we love about this community. Even though we all act like we hate each other, there's still a glue that keep us all together, regardless if it's fun or pointing fingers or whatever. We're still all here. So, is anybody in TG3? We're just hello. No face TG3.
No video, no audio.
No video. No, there's supposed to be audio. Maybe you're muted your microphone. Oh well.
Whatever.
Come back to us. Yell at us.
Come back to me.
Well, cool. No one wants to argue with us, so we're right.
Wow, this is weird. Well, when we're in an earlier time slot. We normally have our show start at 10:30 Eastern, so 7:30. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. So we are on an hour and a half early. So people probably don't realize that, or maybe they do, and they just went, we're not watching them anymore.
No.
But well, I guess we'll play some Intellivision.
Oh, of course
we'll play some Intellivision, and I will make.
How about you make the rules up, Nick?
Oh, awesome!
You could make the rules up because
I've definitely seen this game before, and by seeing this game, I mean I've definitely not seen this game before. So before I look at it, I should probably make the rules up.
Okay, Nick, why don't you make the rules? Okay. I think that'd be the best thing.
So you said there's no score.
No, there's no score.
You have to do it quick, but you are not allowed to use your left eye.
Can I drink beer?
You can definitely drink beer. You got to close an eye. I don't know. It's your beer. I'm calling it beer is like
now. I have not played the Intellivision. This is literally the first time I fucked it up.
Oh,
so I'm curious. It's based off of emulation, just like all the flashbacks.
Ooh, hey, what'd I do?
The best part about this flashback is it has some games that are super rare, like games that came out in 1987. For those who you don't know, it's kind of like it was like Oh, we got. Oh, somebody's running their voice through GarageBand on the Mac. That's cool. How you doing, buddy? All right. You're being real mature. That's so cool. I mean, if you're at least funny, I'd be okay with it. But
don't ill them yet. They didn't even say anything.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I mean, they didn't practice. Oh yeah. We can get some questionable gameplay. I can do some cheating here. I'm playing on an emulator.
Is this an emulator? I guess this is an emulator. I don't know. It looks pretty legit to me.
What's your question, Data God? Photographer of the community.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, you gonna play some Space Battle?
Yeah. I'm watching that. Okay. Should I play fastest speed or should I kind of warm up?
It's up to you. You claim to be the best ever.
I haven't played it in 6 years.
6 years, huh?
I'll do medium.
All right. Whoa, this looks.
And I'm playing without an overlay. Oh, I got to give them the screen. They're not even seeing what we're doing.
What?
There you go.
There you go. I was gonna.
There's the beautiful graphics. Way better than any Atari.
Echo Zero.
I'm doing it. I already screwed up. I already
Nice
screwed up.
going, dude.
I already screwed up though.
Oh.
I forgot how to play. Oh, this is way this is way too slow. I got to speed it up. Cursor moves too slow.
Oh man, this game's sweet. I didn't think there was any points.
No, you're just look. You got to destroy 15 ships, and then you kill that squadron of ships.
Okay.
And see, the hard part about this game is you don't want to spend like what I'm doing right now is bad because there's other battles going on that I don't know what's going on. And I don't have the sound on either.
I was going to say the sound is it like
sound makes a big difference.
The sound on?
Well, because there's another squadron out there that could be closer to the mothership, and if the mothership's destroyed, then the game's over.
Oh man!
So I just destroyed all these. As you can see, I'm doing now. I got to send White back.
Okay.
So White can intercept that other one.
I assume you don't want to go to the center.
We don't want those little dots going to the center, and I got to send White back somehow.
The bad.
Is White going back?
The word I want.
White's not going to make it. I'm dead.
I'm pretty much dead. Might be dead, man. Yeah,
I can go fight with yellow now.
Okay.
And I can die if those red things hit my green cursor. For those who I love this game.
I was going to say this is a pretty in-depth game for 1979.
Oh yeah, they have it's strategy and action all in one.
Dude, this is like the first RPG. Except it's not an RPG.
Exactly. And then I can always go back here. See, White's never going to make it in time.
Oh, dude, you're gaining.
And they'll fight for you. If you start a battle, if I start a battle here, they'll keep fighting for me. So it's kind of a strategy.
That's kind of cool.
Go back. See, that one's done. Now I can send yellow back. Now if I can send White out fast enough. Come on, White.
I think White's stuck.
Well, blue died on their own.
Well, the thing might run into you. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I get there before. I lost.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, man, it really kind of messes with your head there.
Actually, to let you know, Intellivision is not 8-bit, it's 16-bit.
It is 16-bit. Which is depressing. Like, Sega just moved from 16-bit to 16-bit.
And see, look, there's no score.
Yeah.
Even when I beat the game tonight, hopefully, you'll see that there's no score. It just says all clear. So, like I said, there is a reason to go back. And I mean, granted, no one else is playing this game, of course, who wants to play this game competitively.
I don't really think anyone.
Yeah, exactly my point.
How long do you have to play it to beat it?
This game's like 5 minutes.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Like you just beat this board and it's over?
Yeah, that's it.
Are you?
That's the whole game. Yeah.
That's the whole game? Wow.
That is the whole game.
That's I think people were probably pretty bummed when they bought this game in 1979.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Well,
you play it. And I'm all for games that are easy to beat. That's my favorite type of. That's my favorite
that'll be up your alley. But to actually get a strategy, maybe I'll play even on a slower speed just to make sure. So I show you what the difference is of winning.
Are you playing on fast or
playing on I think the slowest or the easiest.
Oh, and there's a lot of. Oh man, this is.
I know this is
riveting.
See, I gotta get that blue one to go down. I should probably get the overlays. I don't know which ones. I know yellow is the end. Blue's the first one.
Look for it.
I'll go back. I think the buttons are screwed up. Oh, yellow's in. Oh, I died for the first time.
Space battle.
Space battle. Actually, I picked a faster speed. I don't know how. the overlays would be important at this point. Because I don't have everything memorized. Okay, yellow. Come on, yellow. Go back. Go back to your home base.
Your Space Hawk.
It might not have all of them.
Yeah, dude.
It only came with a few. How cheap? $40 for 60 games, and they can't include all 60 overlays. How cheap? Oh, I understand they didn't come with all of them. I'm just joking. All right, go back to the radar. All right, yellow might make it. Send yellow out. No. I do have the overlays for this upstairs, you know, with my original Intellivision. All right, back to radar. All right, I got blue. Fight with blue. But see, there's, like I said, my goal was to beat this game in under 4 minutes.
Oh wow, are you serious?
Yeah.
And you think that's legit? Like you can do that?
Oh yeah, and I think that's good too. Because if I can time every shot. I remember when I was younger, I could make sure I never missed and I always connected.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if I miss, I got to wait to shoot again. You know, so it's kind of a. And you got to be lucky too.
Like 30 years.
Oh yeah. So go back to my radar. I got to send yellow out. So yellow fights somebody. White died. Yeah, I'm being terrible.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna win this.
I'm gonna lose. Curious if this thing's working right.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I don't know. Oh, there goes yellow. See, yellow's going, but yeah, that's it.
Death.
Loser.
Dang, dude. Jacked up, man. No good.
This game.
Does it say this?
The Intellivision Flashback is $40.
Yeah, you should get it.
It has 60 games or 61 games, depending on where you buy it.
Yes.
It's an incredible little machine for anybody who doesn't want to chip out the big money on eBay. If you can get an Intellivision at garage sale, go ahead. But on eBay, man, it's like get a working one with good controllers working. I mean, you're looking around $70-80 now. Kind of like the Colecos too.
Yeah. Coleco's always been more than that.
Well, because there's less of them.
Yeah.
There's even less. So that, I mean, we're getting to that age where these flashbacks are awesome if you just want to enjoy these games. The emulation isn't exactly perfect, but
close enough.
I mean, the controller though. You know, most of the times when they came out with an Intellivision Flashback years ago, and it was like a Genesis controller. Well, this is the real deal. If you can see in our little screen, it's the crappy phone, and
I don't want to play it anymore.
The best part about this, for those of you who do have Intellivisions with broken controllers, right. You can re-engineer these. If you have an Intellivision 2, you can take the plug and put an adapter on it, and you can use them with your Intellivision 2. So if you need a replacement controller, they're making new controllers. If you have an original Intellivision, the better one, it's hardwired. Which you can do is you can cut the wire, and if you're good with electronics, it's not that hard. You can hardwire these in, and they fit perfectly back into where they are. Sweet. It's so they're soft. It's like I mean, some people
it's like butter.
I mean, I was really young when I had Intellivision. I was 4 or 5, toy. So I don't know how they felt brand new. But from everybody else who's older. In their 40s, 45 who had Intellivisions and can remember, it says it's awesome.
The plastic, I feel like it was a little heavier.
It was glossier too.
It was glossy.
Yeah. And this top disc was metal. This is just a piece of it's plastic with.
Oh, that's why.
Actually, it wasn't. It was
of course they use metal.
It was a plastic disc with a thin piece of metal or aluminum on top.
Maybe filament.
I don't know about filament.
Metal filament.
Yeah, but they're pretty cool. All right, we got the question finally. My question is, do you think any games were grandfathered to protect score from ever being beaten? Did referees play the games, get a score, then vote to grandfather a game? So collusion is what you're asking.
Ooh.
As much as evidence as I looked for when I was shortly the head referee for Twin Galaxies.
23 days, was it?
24 days,
24
actually.
Days? Okay, wow.
It wasn't one of my top priorities, of course, because my top priority was getting more referees, because that's where we are right now. We didn't have people submitting scores, or we had people submitting scores, and none of them were getting verified because there was too little referees.
And there's so much 3/4-inch tape to watch.
3/4-inch tapes, beta VHSs were coming in, and I was the only one that had, or I'm sorry, the beta tapes. I was the only one with the beta player.
Hybrid.
And I was the only one verifying. I couldn't keep up.
That was impossible.
It was impossible. So the
20
main
minutes tapes at a time. You don't
so
like tapes
my
at a-
main reason was to argue with the 2 owners ago, Pete Bouvier, to get more referees, and that was really majority of my 23 days thing. 24 days. You said 23, so now 23 sticking in my head to be the head. To make sure we had more referees. Well, the reason I resigned is the old owner wouldn't allow me to bring more referees on, which kind of defeated the purpose of being a head referee, in my opinion. So
I always wondered. It was like, well, what can you do? Then?
But after looking at time, dates, and submissions, there was no official notes.
Yeah.
That I did see some collusion, in my opinion.
Really? Oh.
Not so much from referee to referee, but referee to a player.
Yeah.
Could I prove it? No. But if you look at when a record was submitted and when a ruling was submitted about grandfathering a game, like a score would come in and then it would be grandfathered shortly after. Now, there's a good reason for that, too. They'd be like, I don't want to watch another one of these. I just watched it. We should grandfather it. What do you guys think? And from my research, it was normally a majority thing where it wasn't just one referee making that decision. It was sometimes quite a few. So it was a collusion that way? No. I don't have enough. There was not enough there to say it was.
There's always got to be a cutoff point.
Yeah, you got to make a cut. Like, for example, that Sonic one I was talking about. I think there's 9 or 8 max out scores, and then
someone always ends up getting left behind.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm not saying it's right, but that's just how it works.
Yeah, and I think maybe on a few of them there was.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
But there's a lot of them in there where they're so old too that I don't have a personal enough knowledge. Yeah. And to go back and find these people, are they going to be cooperative? I don't know.
And at the same time, who cares?
There you go. Thank you, Nick.
Really?
And this goes back to Jace too, talking about Twin Galaxies. You know what? Let's worry about from here on out.
Yeah.
Let's stop the drama. Let's stop all this. Let's start submitting scores the new way. But we're still all waiting on that. And there always, of course, be old pain and old, this happened to them. Just like good old Roy Schilt. Roy Schilt is still at it with Walter about the trackball on Missile Command. And you know what? Looking at it, he does have a good point. The dude has a good point, but you know what? Somebody actually has to step in and make a ruling. And that's what Walter did. And you can't get mad at somebody going for making the rules, because you know what? If Walter never put down the foot and make that rule, then every game would be open. So it's like I said, Roy was on the bad side of that, and somebody's going to be. It sucks, but you know what you do? You pick up the controller and you play something else.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, when we've talked about it on previous shows, that for me personally, you just post the classic scoreboard as is and go, this is what it was, and you just start over. I'm not saying that you disregard it, but
let me interrupt you. That's what the grandfather scores are.
To me,
you're not ignoring it.
No,
but you're moving
there.
on.
It's great. You're but we gotta, to a certain extent, you kind of have to start over.
I like to say move on. You're not really starting.
We're saying the exact same thing. The way you're saying it is better. Move on. But just there we go. It's out there. Look, you can still see your score up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, and it still counts. It's still at the tops. That's fantastic.
No,
let's go forward. Stop thinking of the past. Who cares, man?
I'll bring up another subject that was kind of talked about in the forums a little bit. The emulation grant. There's like 13,000 scores that are grandfathered. That's kind of how the part of the subject was talking about that, and majority of them are what's called emulation. Now they're just like MAME. They're grandfathered for that reason. What that means is at one point in time, Twin Galaxies said, hey, you know what? We're not going to track emulation anymore. So for those people arguing and wanting those open and they go, it's unfair. I mean, this is just my opinion. This isn't the new Twin Galaxies opinion. You know, we're not part of the rule makers. We're just having a show about the high scores eventually. Is they just stopped emulation. They didn't want to do it anymore. It's because it's just there's so much to it. And the majority was like, well, you played on the real system. Like, for example, right now there's MAME, and there's a good reason for MAME, because a lot of those arcade machines aren't working. For example, I want to say Pack and Pal. I can't. There's no way you can get a pack and pal machine here in the United States, or you could. You got to ship. It was only released in Japan, I believe. Don't quote me, but it's one of my favorite games, and there was no arcade cabinets here in North America. So for that makes sense here in North America that there's a MAME version of it. So when it comes to these console games that weren't released in other countries, yes, I can see them maybe reopening them for somebody where the game's not easily accessible.
Yeah.
That's okay. But I'm sorry, Asteroids for the Atari 2600. There's so many copies out there.
Yeah.
Get an Atari and play it. I mean, that's just how it is. Let's not open up an emulation for that, because when it comes down to it, I'm sorry, there's a MAME score and a Donkey Kong arcade score.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I still think if you played on either, you're awesome at Donkey Kong.
Absolutely.
But what does the community, what does the world think a more prestigious world record is? The arcade machine.
Obviously.
Nothing against Dean Sagalow. I think he is probably the greatest Donkey Kong player out there. But the world recognizes the arcade machine one just a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. And Twin Galaxies at one point said, "Hey, you know what? We're not going to track emulation scores for the Atari 2600, for the Intellivision. You know, maybe in the future at some point, yeah. But there is a great website for that right now. It's called RetroUprising.com. Go there, play all your emulations you want. You can submit your score instantly, and it'll be verified for you. You can go check them out. So you want to talk about emulation high scores?
There you go.
There you go. You don't even have to download an emulator. It opens up in your web browser. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I am the NHL 94 world record holder on emulation.
Oh, congratulations.
There we go. Yeah, see? Doesn't mean anything anymore.
Did you get like 12 goals?
No, I got 39.
No, that's not bad.
I'm using my keyboard.
Oh, dang, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I didn't even hook up a gamepad. I just
your
hooked up there.
keyboard? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised you got more than 10.
Are we hearing anybody? That's what I'm curious about. Is our audio out? Hey, what's up?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe our audio's out.
Are people hearing us?
I know people are hearing us.
Okay, good. I would.
Maybe we're not hearing them.
Oh no, are we even on?
If you guys say something, please. Oh, we have an audio problem here. Well, I don't know. Maybe people aren't. Oh, there we go.
You want me to say something?
There we go. Okay. Hey, we were just curious if you guys. It was so quiet. We saw you guys' faces and like.
I could have heard you the whole time. I just didn't want to like interrupt anything.
Oh, that's okay.
No, we appreciate it.
No.
40 straight minutes, that has literally never happened on this
without anybody chiming in the chat. Okay, thanks so much.
Telling us to stop talking. But no, thanks for watching.
I just switched cameras because Alexander wanted me to. Alexander wanted me to.
Cool,
man. Thank you.
Well, thanks for the audio check. We appreciate it. Our speakers were silent. We're kind of wondering.
It's like, are we just doing this?
Are we just talking over other people?
To ourselves right now?
Well, we are, but. All right, I can get back to some Intellivision.
Yeah, so far you've been real impressive at Space Battle.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play another. Well, I want to go for the Space Hawk world record, and that brings up another thing. Are they real legitimate scores? And I think they are.
We have the Space Hawk overlay at least. Oh, okay.
Yes, but the Space Hawk world record is going to take me like 12 hours at least. I was doing the math, yeah.
The only reason I switched cameras is because Alexander told me 7 and 8 was for guests for the next show.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
What does that mean?
Thank you for doing that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
But what does that mean by guest for the next show?
There's a show coming on at 10 o'clock. Intercourse with Kurt Sutter, the Son of Anarchy's executive producer. He's going to be having a show, and sometimes we get the guests in here just a little bit earlier to do an audio check, so that we're just leaving it open for them. So if that's what you guys are tuned in to watch, stay tuned. 20 minutes, he'll be here. You know, the real Hollywood star will be on this channel.
Instead of listening to yahoos talk about
world records. Video games.
Okay, we're playing Space Hawk.
Space Hawk.
Is
this great game. This is a rip-off of Asteroids. This is a rip-off of Asteroids.
Oh, okay. This isn't the...
It's an advanced version.
Oh, look at this dude just in... Oh, I've seen this game.
Oh, yeah.
This game's actually way better than Asteroids.
Well, of course it is. It's on Intellivision. Yeah. It's intelligent television.
What are y'all playing?
Space Hawk.
Yeah, this game's way better than Asteroids. Given I'm a
From
I don't like Asteroids.
From 1981.
Oh, this game actually has points?
Yep, it does have
man,
points.
so it's worth playing?
Yeah. We're playing Intellivision Flashback, a new
This thing's sweet,
emulation
man.
system that you can find at Toys R Us or the not Dollar Store, Dollar General.
Dollar General.
$40 for 60 classic Intellivision games.
Now, what's better? I mean, it's an obvious question because this game is about 1,000 times better than the game I'm about to bring up.
$40 for 6. What?
61 games.
61 games.
$40 for 61 games. That doesn't seem like a ripoff.
No,
it's
not.
awesome.
It's a sweet deal.
It's not a
Better than Call
ripoff.
of Duty.
Oh, yeah. No, seriously, Mike, you like that horrible game,
Gravatar's a
No, Gravitar's not. There's not. So with that being said, Space Hawk or Gravitar?
Oh, Space Hawk.
Oh, okay. Good. Gravitar's horrible. I don't even know how you can play that. The only thing that Gravitar's good for is if you ever want to throw a piece of plastic at a brick wall, Gravitar facilitates that.
Okay, what about the arcade version?
I have never actually played it in the arcade.
Oh, you didn't play it at
I'm sure
Richie
it's
Knuckles
equally
arcade
crap.
that one time?
I'm sure it's crap.
Yeah, it's Vector. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I watched you play it, I'm sure, and probably just yelled.
You walked away.
Yeah, I'm sure
You're like,
I did.
I want to watch Ed play another pinball game.
Exactly. What is Ed playing? I'll go do that.
Gravatar's stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Well,
I tried to play Tron for 20 minutes.
Basically, what Space Hawk is, it's kind of a modified Asteroids where you can move, a little more. And
Yeah, except you can see the dude.
yeah.
With the
And what's really cool, if I remember the button,
jetpack.
if you're in trouble, let's see if I have the right button. Oh no, I'm gonna die! You can hyperspace
Nice.
a way out of trouble.
Just a single person
Yep.
can. This is advanced.
Yeah. The world record is about 11 million and it was set in 1983.
Oh man, really?
Yep.
Foreign television.
Foreign television. So that's it's a marathonable game. You know, you get a free life every 1,000 points, so it's not like
How was it verified? Do you remember?
it was by referee.
Oh,
Well, there was 3 scores: 11 million, 11 million, and 10 million.
I'm just wondering if they submitted it on what format they submitted.
Oh no, it was referee.
8
It was.
millimeter?
I think it was there was a contest, and
Oh, okay.
I think that's ran by
Oh, that's
Intellivision, Twin Galaxies.
Oh, are you serious?
I don't know.
Oh, that's
I'm
kinda
trying to do more research on
Are you
this
making
score.
any of that? Is this all BS or?
From what I heard, it's probably a contest, just
Oh,
like
cool.
the Astro Smash contest that Intellivision had back in the day.
That's pretty cool. What's better, this or Astro Smash?
A lot of people argue with me Astro Smash is better, but
You disagree with that.
I think this game's a lot
Okay.
more fun.
This game looks pretty cool. Good. Pretty decent graphics.
Oh yeah. Well, you understand what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like Asteroids
unlike
for
most Atari games, you're like, what is that?
Asteroids for Atari is just like it's such a disgrace to the real game. It's
so
like,
bad. Well, it's like Donkey Kong.
oh look,
for
see, I
Atari.
got 8 lives, but see, look how much time I spent. I only got 6,000 points.
Oh, you're right. This would take you about. 12 hours.
Once you get to you can get up to 6x. So, for example, right now I'm only at 3.
Yeah.
And when you get to 6, yeah, you get a lot more points faster. But
Okay.
I mean,
It's
it
not
stops at
fast
6.
enough.
Well, it stops at 6x. So,
Ooh.
you know, it gets to a point where you're just milking and milking and milking.
Is there ever any new bad guys, or is it like the same?
Yes, there is a few
Oh,
new
well,
bad.
that's
There's a couple there's like shooting stars you shoot. They're kind of random. They don't go for you, but they're worth a lot of points. And then that guy right there, there's a tiny version of him, and it's
Oh.
of course like triple the points.
I like how it's just Space Invaders. Like, that's just the space. That's what you look like in Space Invaders, kind of.
what my
The
guy.
thing you're shooting at.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe. Oh, dude. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is Space Invaders on the other side.
Actually, Astro Smash is more like Space Invaders.
Is it?
Well, there's actually an Intellivision ripoff called Space Armada.
Oh, yeah, I remember
it's a
that game.
complete
Oh, yeah.
ripoff of.
I was always really, really good at that one. I'm lying, but because it's in television, and I was pretty much horrible at every one of those games.
Yeah.
10 grand, Mike.
And the best part
Use
is
for
what
another
are
7 or
most
8
of our
hours?
video games on now? Something that looks like a phone.
Exactly. It's true. Now, in television and Coleco.
Oh, did you see that? I hit the
I did.
glitch in the game. There's a glitch in the game
Yes.
where you'll hyperspace automatically.
Lost points.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't push the button there to hyperspace.
Okay.
If you read the manual, they explain it, but really it's a glitch.
Oh, that's awesome.
They
I like that they address it though.
Well, that's how the Intellivision, the Blue Sky Rangers, majority of their stuff, if they couldn't fix a glitch, they would explain something creatively, like a story in the manual, and it's awesome. So really, is it a glitch? No, it's designed that way. It's pretty.
You have to understand, in space travel, when you're using a single person hyperspace, you're kind of messing with space continuum.
They called it a black hole. You ran into a black hole.
That's awesome, dude. That's brilliant.
I was like, oh, there it is. Oh, yes! Comment. So I got to the next
rules.
Level. And you know what the best part about Intellivision is?
Man.
You can pause.
Yeah, which was a first.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, was that the first, or was the Odyssey 2 the first?
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember
either. It's been a while since I played Odyssey 2. Which Odyssey 2 is pretty cool, too.
Yeah, that's a great system.
I got that for a friggin' song, man.
And what's cool about, actually, I don't know if it's Odyssey 2. One of those systems, I want to say Odyssey 2, that's kind of like, as the keyboard component type of thing.
It does have keyboard,
I'm not sure if it's Odyssey 2. There's a lot of homebrews for that, if I'm right, and this. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of Atari homebrews, but the Intellivision homebrews have been crazy.
Odyssey 2 in the booklet, it like.
Hey guys, 1 minute.
Oh, thanks.
1 minute left, guys.
Yeah, no, I mean they talk about that in the Odyssey. That was like the big thing, is that you could program. Yeah. That's why there was a keyboard and stuff like that. I remember reading about that when I bought it a couple years ago.
So thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We just kind of, nobody came in and debated us, so we must be 100% right.
Wow, that's crazy.
Or, like I said in the forums, you just hide behind your keyboard, you don't want to actually debate. That's cool. Whatever.
Wow, it's always trash.
Well, I got to trash.
Always trash.
People trash me on my.
I think y'all are pretty good as German. I think y'all are pretty good.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Tristan.
Tristan, thanks for joining us tonight.
Joining us,
we'll be back next
10
week.
seconds.
We'll be back next week for Settle on the Screen. Next up is Kurt Sutter and Intercourse. See ya.
See ya. Have a good one, you guys. Thanks for watching.
Go buy Intellivision Flashback.
Yeah.